Then the Lord said to Moses, "Chisel out 2 stone tablets like the first ones, and I will write on them the words that were on the first tablets, which you broke." So Moses chiseled out 2 stone tablets like the first ones, and went up to Mount Sinai early in the morning, as the Lord had commanded him. And he carried the 2 stone tablets in his hands. Then the Lord came down in the cloud and stood there with him, and proclaimed his name, the Lord. Moses bowed down to the ground at once and worshipped. "Lord," he said, "if I have found favor in your eyes, then let the Lord go with us. Although this is a stiff-necked people, forgive our wickedness and our sin, and take us as your inheritance." Then the Lord said, "I am making a covenant with you. Before all your people I will do wonders never before done in any nation in all the world. The people you live among will see how awesome is the work that I, the Lord, will do for you. Obey what I command you today, and I will drive out before you the Amorites, Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. Break down their altars, smash their sacred stones, and cut down their Asherah poles. Do not worship any other god, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Be careful not to make a treaty with those who live in the land, for when they prostitute themselves to their gods and sacrifice to them, they will invite you, and you will eat their sacrifices. And when you choose some of their daughters as wives for your sons, and those daughters prostitute themselves to their gods, they will lead your sons to do the same. Do not make any idols." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Write down these words, for in accordance with these words I have made a covenant with you and with Israel." Moses was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights without eating bread or drinking water, and he wrote on the tablets the words of the covenant, the 10 Commandments. When Moses came down from Mount Sinai with 2 tablets of the covenant law in his hands, he was not aware that his face was radiant, because he had spoken with the Lord. When Aaron and all the Israelites saw Moses, his face was radiant, and they were afraid to come near him. When Moses would speak to them, he would put a veil over his face, but whenever he entered the Lord's presence to speak with him, he removed the veil. All who are skilled among you are to come and make everything the Lord has commanded: the tabernacle with its tent and its coverings, clasps, frames, crossbars, posts, and bases, the ark with its poles and the atonement covering and the curtain that shields it, the table with its poles and all its articles, and the bread of presence. Then the whole Israelite community withdrew from Moses' presence, and everyone who was willing and whose heart moved them came and brought an offering to the Lord for the work of the tent of meeting. For all its services and for the sacred garments, all who were willing, men and women alike, came and brought gold jewelry of all kinds. They all presented their gold as a wave offering to the Lord. So Bezalel, Aholiab, and every skilled person to whom the Lord has given skill and ability to know how to carry out all the work of the constructing the sanctuary, or to do the work just as the Lord has commanded. All those who were skilled among the workers made the tabernacles with 10 curtains of finely twisted linen and blue and purple scarlet yarn, with cherubim woven into them by expert hands. Bezalel made the ark of acacia wood. He overlaid it with pure gold, both inside and out, and made gold molding around it. He made the atonement cover of pure gold. Then he made 2 cherubim out of hammered gold at the ends of the cover. They made the table of acacia wood. Then they overlaid it with pure gold and made a gold molding around it. They made the lampstand of pure gold. They made the altar of incense out of acacia wood. They also made the sacred anointing oil of pure fragrant incense, the work of a perfumer. They built the altar of burnt offering of acacia wood. They made the bronze basin and its bronze stand from the mirrors of the women who served at the entrance of the tent of meeting. They made the courtyard from blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and they made woven garments for ministering in the sanctuary. They also made sacred garments for Aaron, as the Lord commanded Moses. They made the ephod of gold and of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely twisted linen. They mounted the onyx stones in the gold filigree settings, and engraved them with a seal with the names of the sons of Israel. Then they fastened them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod as the memorial stones for the sons of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses. They fashioned the breastpiece, the work of a skilled craftsman. Then they mounted 4 rows of precious stones on it. The first row was cornelian, chrysolite, and beryl. The second row was turquoise, lapis-lazuli, and emerald. The third row was jacinth, agate, and amethyst. The fourth row was topaz, onyx, and jasper. They were mounted in gold filigree settings. They were the 12 stones, one for each of the names of the sons of Israel, each engraved like a seal with the name of one of the 12 tribes. They made the robe of the ephod entirely blue cloth, the work of a weaver. For Aaron and his sons they made tunics of fine linen, and the turban of fine linen. So all the work of the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, was completed. The Israelites did everything just as the Lord commanded. They brought the tabernacle to Moses, the tent and all its furnishings, the ark of the covenant law with its poles and atonement cover. Moses inspected the work and saw that they had done it just as the Lord had commanded. So Moses blessed them. Moses did everything just as the Lord commanded him. So the tabernacle was set up the first day of the first month in the second year. He took the tablets of the covenant law and placed them in the ark, attached the poles to the ark, and put the atonement cover over it. Then he brought the ark into the tabernacle and hung the shielding curtain and shielded the ark of the covenant law as the Lord commanded him. He placed the basin between the tent of meeting and the altar and put water in it for washing, and Moses and Aaron and his sons used it to wash their hands and feet. They washed whenever they entered the tent of meeting or approached the altar as the Lord commanded Moses. Then the cloud covered the tent of meeting, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. Moses could not enter the tent of meeting because the cloud had settled on it, and the cloud of the Lord filled the tabernacle. And all the tribes of the Israelites, whenever the cloud lifted from above the tabernacle, they would set out. But if the cloud did not lift, they would not set out until the day it lifted. So the cloud of the Lord was over the tabernacle by day, and fire was in the cloud by night, in the sight of all the Israelites during all their travels.